everyone. So today I filmed a medium coverage foundation video. I've used MAC Studio Fix Fluid. It's a great foundation as you can just do loads of different things with it and gets loads of different finishes. So I hope you enjoy. Bye. Hi everyone, I hope you are well again this morning. I'm just going to carry on my foundation series. I did a really natural foundation look yesterday where I got my L'Oreal foundation and mixed it with some moisturiser really to sheer it down, to really just give a lovely hydrated luminous look to the skin. Today I'm going to do more of a medium coverage. The foundation that I'm going to use today is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundations. This is great. I would really put this in the medium category. The reason why I've chosen this is because you can really manipulate this foundation. You can mix it with moisturiser to sheer it down like I did yesterday. You can use it as it is for sort of demi matte finish foundation. It lasts really well on my skin. You can mix in an illuminator like this one, which I'm going to do a little bit of today as well, or you can really build it up and get up to a full coverage with it. So it's a really good foundation for lots of different uses. Okay, so today I've prepped my skin already. I used some of the Huda Labo hydrator, and I also used today I used the Weleda Skin Food Light. Because like I said yesterday, my skin's just feeling really quite dehydrated at the moment and dry, so I wanted just to give it a real good boost of moisture. Right, I've already mixed some of this on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to start applying this how I would do if for somebody who wanted a medium coverage. So you can see, you know, my skin's not looking too bad, but I'm just going to build this up. I may need to add a little bit of darker foundation to this, but as I tested it in the window, in the natural light, it was looking like really quite a good coverage. So you can see already the coverage on my skin. It's just really evening out my skin tone, and this isn't going to take much building at all. It will maybe take a little bit more blending than a natural finish foundation would, but as in building, if you are just wanting a medium coverage, you're not going to need much more than one application of it. So I'm not using my mirror to one side today because I feel like just doing this, I can do this quite well in my phone camera. Right, so again, I'm not taking it too much on my forehead, but because I'm using a heavier coverage foundation today to even my whole skin tone, I will take this on my forehead a little bit more because I do want that more made up look rather than a natural look like I was wanting yesterday. So I'm just going in with a little bit more and building it up, mainly on this sort of central section where I know that I want to look flawless. So when you start getting into the realms of medium coverage foundation, you will need to, make sure that you do add that shape back into your face, because you start to lose all those natural contours. You're almost making a blank canvas. Take it a little bit down my neck. I shouldn't put lipstick on, should I? On there, so you can see that I've just covered that whole area. Do around my lips, and I've got bright lipstick on, so that isn't working too well, is it? Right, so when yesterday I had my more natural finish foundation on, I went in with the concealer because I still had areas that I wanted to get covered. You know, you could still see some blemishes and whatnot showing through. Today, with this foundation, it's pretty much covered everything, can you see? So what I shall do is get a concealer. Where is my concealer? There it is. So all I'm going to do today really is do under my eyes. You would usually, if you were doing an eye look, you wouldn't tend to do your sort of eye makeup under like I've done. But I'm not going to go right up to there anyway, so dab that in. And it's not, like I say, a dissimilar colour to my foundation. Again, I don't like to be too light under my eyes. So I'm just tapping it along with my ring finger. Your ring finger uses the sort of the softest pressure to do that. So I'm getting a real nice sort of natural finish there. I always do this whether I need to or not. I'm just adding that light in this area because I like to just add that light down my nose just to keep the shape there. I've got a real little nose, so I do like to just add the light there just to add that sort of radiance and light in there. And then just getting my foundation brush, pop over that. Lovely. Right, so I'm going to bronze up now. Same as yesterday, I'm using the Chanel Cream Bronzer. So I'm just going to pop some on the back of my hand. Again, I'm not contouring, but I am using this bronzer to help add the warmth and the shape back to my skin. So I'll probably be a little bit more heavy-handed today with it. And actually, I know that I thought that the foundation was maybe looking a little bit light, but I'm really happy with how the foundation looks now. So, right, so cheekbones, I'm adding that warmth on my forehead. And you can see I just sort of buff it in and push it into my skin like I do with all my makeup products. I always like that really sort of light finished look. I do it that way. It just darkens that area, see? On the tip and then sort of go over. Like that. And then just warm up there as well and going round to your ears. So I don't want my ears to look completely makeup free, especially if I'm not wearing my hair up. Lovely. Right, so just going to powder my skin because I'm going to put some powder bronzer on and some powder blusher today. I don't want everything just to go and cling to my skin. So with a big brush, because I'm not being too careful with this today, I'm just going to powder down this area. So this will help to give a little bit of extra coverage as well. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Now then, I've hardly got anything on there and it's barely changed the finish of my foundation at all. And because my skin's dry, because I've prepped it with some really nice hydrating products, it's going to feel really nice and comfortable in the skin. Whereas if I was putting something that was maybe a little bit more oil control on my T-zone, which I do usually have problems with, and then the drier foundation over the top and then the powder, it would be really drying out that area. So at the moment my skin's still feeling really nice and hydrated. Right, a little bit of powder bronzer over there because I want a more of a made up look, and that's just going over to set that cream. And cheekbones and this side. Like I say, I can wear a bit more bronzer and blush because I've got a heavier foundation on, so it is more of a more made up look anyway. Right, I've got the pinks, I've got the sort of lilac look on my eyes and then the pink on my lips, so I'm just going to go for a really nice soft pink. This is my favourite palette, love this, so nice. Right, I'm going to go for a soft pink. And this side. Go over there. Get my foundation brush and just buff around the edges of where I've put the bronzer and the blusher. And then I shall pop on a little bit of cream highlight because if you were putting lots and lots of powder on, you'd want to be really quite cautious with popping on the cream products over the top. But I've put on such a tiny amount, I know that it's not going to move anything, so I'm quite happy to add those, and then that will just add radiance down there in my nose. And then once again, go over. Quick tip before I go, if you feel like you've put on much makeup, or your makeup looks a bit powdery and overdone, get a beauty blender and dampen it, and if you just press it over your skin, that would just take off and freshen up if you feel like your skin's looking too powdered or too dry, or there's too much of one product on there. That will just help to sort of soften that. Really nice cooling, soothing thing to do. Right, there you go. Medium look foundation with good coverage. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.